Gamers of Reddit, what is your "this dude forgot to turn off his mic" moment? Kid on PC arguing with his mom because he didn't want dinner. I was so hungry. And his mom sounded sweet. Don't eat the mother. Why not? Probably not enough vitamins. So basically me and 3 other dudes on Discord. One was living with his parents and grandparents. His grandpa barges into his room and after mumbling something he yelled, "Pull down your pants." Dude was just wearing some dirty pants, but we fully misunderstood the situation. I laughed so hard you don't even know. He knows. He always knows. Why was he telling him to pull them down though if they were dirty? I feel dumb for missing something here. To put them in the washing, probs. Oh. Thanks buddy. Older sister was telling his little brother, our teammate, that is her time to play and she will turn off the console if he doesn't get up. He insists just this one match. Please. No. No. No Aeon disconnect. LOL. R/perfect like us screams. I really wish that sub was called r/perfect like us gray. OMG, this happened to me. My press to talk button was stuck and I had gotten up to feed the cat. I always sing songs for him as I'm feeding him and, apparently, my mic picked everything up, so when I got back on, my entire raid was singing about my cat and I was embarrassed as hell. I don't sing in public, at all. I find it hella embarrassing. LMAO fucking own it mate, they were repeating it cause they loved it. Winky face, not bad, but memorable. I get to my buddy's house, and he is playing COD. Has his headset on. This house is a work in progress, so every time I get there, something has changed. I walk into his gaming room and see he has made some modifications to the house and ask him about it. He proceeds to give me a lesson on construction fundamentals / building technique / and the why. After about 5 or so minutes he realizes he was mic'd the whole time and he goes, "Oh shit." Someone chimes in. "Hey, so that was actually really interesting and all, but can you shut the fuck up? I don't think we ever laughed as hard." Hey, at least the kid wasn't a complete dick about it. I don't have any as weird as the ones here, but I definitely recall one time getting ready to pull a raid boss in WoW and hearing one kid's mother yell at him to take out the trash. The kid was 16 or something, and all 24 of us were like, "Nope, not pulling yet, go take out the trash for your mom." I also have a friend who used to fall asleep on Discord after taking Ambien, and some of those conversations were hilarious, but I'm pretty sure he knows where I live and will kill me if I share them on Reddit. Make the sacrifice. I must know. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Well, obviously you can't pull the boss before you take out the trash, that's the best way to wipe. A group of 5 of us had been doing several runs in WoW and had been chatting it up the whole time about whatever. One woman's boyfriend came into her room and asked her if when she was done if she could look under his balls. He had a bump and didn't know if it was a pimple or a boil. He was talking about how much it hurt and itched and he tried using a mirror but couldn't get the angle right. She let him go on for about 2 to 3 minutes as we were all busting up laughing before she finally told him her mic was on. Caught my friend jacking off on mic thinking he muted himself. I heard him groaning, so then I shouted, "No coming in my party." It was the strangest noise, like 1,000 bananas being peeled very rapidly. Orgasm denial? Kinky. Oh come on man, I was only having fun. Wasn't really a "this dude forgot to turn off his mic" moment, but rather he was trying to play it off as if it was. I was playing Call of Duty, Modern Warfare when one of my teammates dies and is left to spectate me. After a while, he says he has to leave, and then proceeds to moan loudly. At first, I thought he was jacking off until he leaned into the mic, and in the worst girl voice you can imagine, said, "Can't believe, guy's name, has a 7-inch penis." I just laughed uncontrollably, and he responded with, "Sorry man, was having sex. If you're gonna lie, why stop at 7 LOL. Sounds slightly more plausible than wow, it just keeps coming. I feel like a clown pulling out a never-ending rope of handkerchief with you. I had this same sort of encounter. Was playing PUBG with randoms and one of the guys was playing a porno in the background loudly, and talking to the VID as if the girl was his girlfriend who was begging for him to stop playing games and play with her instead. Someone on the squad called him out and he quit saying he had to be with his girlfriend. I feel bad for people like these guys. I like to assume the best case. Dude, if your girlfriend is asking for you, get your ass off the computer. We're relying on you to bring up the statistical average for all of us. Haha, one time my husband and I started getting frisky after he was killed in a match. Got a text from his brother, who he was playing with, like 10 minutes later telling us to turn off his mic. I like how he waited 10 minutes to tell you. Post-nut clarity. Back in the Halo 2 days, a teen was getting yelled at to get off the game. He called his mom a bitch and she responded with an ass whooping that sounded like a hyena getting mauled by 50 cats in a plywood box. The teen's kid brother got on during the beatdown saying, "Hell yeah, he never lets me play." Little man was actually pretty good from what I remembered too. Edit. Thanks for the well wishes, I didn't realize it was cake day. Years ago, Halo 3. My cat was being unusually affectionate and cuddly. I killed a guy in multiplayer and was distracted by the cat. I start asking who has a fuzzy belly. Who is my fuzzy girl? And it turned out the guy I killed could still hear my voice and he was having none of it. I wish I still has the XBL message he sent. He seemed really insecure about his fuzzy belly. Edit, autocorrect. Killed the guy. Liked the belly. Cheers to /u/polka.piranha for pointing it out. 3. They have a fuzzy belly. I'm sure I've seen a Twitch fail where some guy forgets he isn't muted and does a lovey-dovey cutesy voice saying he loves his cat. Was playing Onyx Go server. This squeaker comes in the server actin' all tough, trash talking, mocking other people, etc. Now it's about 11 at night now, and we hear this kid saying, "But mommy, I don't wanna go to sleep, I wanna play." We all started laughing our asses off and he disconnected. Edit, wow, didn't think it would get so much support. THX, smiley face, I love how I know the exact type of person you mean by squeaker. Yelled at his new wife while she was asking for help with groceries and their 3-month son. We chose not to hang out with him after that. I've had this happen with a dude we used to play with. Literally yelling at his wife on mic. We stopped playing with him too. It's interesting to see the sort of parent your peers become. That's some real bullshit, man. I hope she has a new husband. I was playing Rainbow Six Vegas a whole while back. Got myself a few friends in, and also had a couple of stragglers. We were pretty decent as team, we'd not lost for a few days although playtime had only been a few hours due to work. Anyway, these stragglers who joined got added to our chat, talked strategy with them, they seemed alright. 2 brothers from Georgia. We start playing, and we're obseiling down the roof, running through casinos and everything is going well. Our squad are racking up kills, but one of the stragglers keeps dying. His brother is complaining. Guy who keeps dying grabs the briefcase and runs. We're calling to get him to come to the lift shafts, but he ignored us, runs straight to the windows and gets taken out. Drops the case in a room packed with enemies. We can't get it in time, we lose. The useful brother starts complaining and muttering under his breath, then talks louder like we couldn't hear him before, and says sorry about his brother's mistake. We'll win now. We switch to defense. The useless brother runs straight out of the vault, despite telling him to wait at the back stairs, goes and gets killed. His brother is mumbling again, clearly agitated. Now, the useful brother is defending the case. Anyone who gets past the 3 main defense points, he is picking them off and doing great. Case never leaves our sight. Despite the back stairs not being covered. Useless brother sees someone in the case room. Decides to throw a flashbang, we all get blinded. Look around, case is gone. As we're going chasing after it, the useless bro apologies. His brother says whatever, and in his mumble voice he seemingly thinks no one can hear says, "This is the exact crap that made me shit in your gym bag." The character of the useless bro stops dead in front of me as we're chasing the enemy. Then there's a loud noise on the other brother's mic, followed by what sounded like the biggest bitch slap, open palm strike whatever I've ever heard. Useful brother's character suddenly stops too. Me and my squad are laughing, wondering what's going on, as we lose the game, and on the mics we can just hear one of the brothers crying. And then a mom shouting in the distance. That's a classic line if I've ever heard one. Laughed so hard, I woke up my dog. Thanks for this. Chillin' in a squad when someone doesn't have push to talk on and they start yelling at their family and occasionally letting out a giant scream from dying. Having to listen to their TV in the background. Or when they aggressively snort and hawk phlegm. Bro, mute or push to talk, please. Just today I was playing Modern Warfare and this guy on my team had his mic open. His phone rang in the background and he picked up to his wife talking about how he needs to get off his ass and go to the store. He lead with profanities and ended with a fine bitch and went back to playing. I said into game chat, "So are you gonna go to the store?" Unfazed he said nah. His wife needs to leave him, holy shit. LMAO, yeah, it's quarantine. Years ago, I was playing Gears of War on XBL and this kid joined my game. From the sound of his voice, he couldn't have been older than 12 or 13, but he was talking trash the whole time. You know, the usual stuff, you suck, you're gay, fuck your mom, etc. Apparently his mom walked in while he was in the middle of throwing yet another of his dumb insults at me and his mic was on. She came in and was like, "What? What are you saying? Is that how I raised you?" Slap sound. Huh. You talking like that? Answer me, did I raise you like that? More slaps and he's crying and saying, "Mama, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Mama, please. Let me finish my game." And she's like, "Ah, hell no. You're not finishing nothing." And then he's dropped out of the game. It's not necessarily him forgetting to turn off his mic, but him not being able to. It's been several years, and it could have just been a hoax, but it certainly shook me up. I believe it was around the time of Halo 3. I had been on Xbox Live fooling around in Mapmaker with some buddies. One of them had been dealing with a rough home life, and often talked about his fear that his parents were into some trouble with people. Being kids, me and the other guy brushed it aside as just nonsense, but one day we are playing and we hear a loud bang from his mic. He is yelling for his mom, and then there are multiple loud bangs in quick succession. Almost like someone had been shooting a gun on full auto. We hadn't heard him over the gunfire sounds, but when they stopped his tone of voice changed and it sounded more like a sobbing yelling for his mom. My buddy and I were in shock now, trying to find out WTF just happened. We could hear sobbing and he wasn't returning to the game, and after about 10 or 15 minutes of no contact from him, he just disconnected and we had never heard from him since then. Goddamn. He was a buddy but not enough to make sure he didn't just get killed. He said Xbox Live and Halo 3 days. My guess is he probably didn't know the person IRL or have any other contact. Basically this guy during my game was saying we needed to finish it quick, his girlfriend was coming over. This was during a ranked game, so the guy didn't want to leave. It ended up being a pretty hard match, it was Dota, so it ended up being 120 minutes long. He started to flame everyone on mic because his girlfriend was almost here and we needed to end the match. Then we hear him apologize to his girlfriend because he can't leave, and then she says it's alright. She wants to see how focused he can stay. Thank God for the ability to mute people, otherwise we would have heard him getting his dick sucked for 20 minutes. He didn't stay focused on the game and we lost. The biggest lie here is someone playing Dota had a girlfriend. The biggest lie here is that someone can lose while getting a blowjob. His team lost. He didn't. true.